Maybe today the thing with the shaker will work. Hey guys, today it's all about getting the mix right on my new edit, and later today some fun activities. There are two main things that really help me to get the mix that I have in mind. Number one is experience, and number two that really helps is having a room with really good room acoustics. Also keep in mind that mixing doesn't start when you have all of the creative stuff done and you just adjust the levels in EQ and compress. It starts already by selecting the right elements. If you choose the wrong samples and the wrong instruments and the wrong octaves, you will have a lot of trouble getting a balanced mix. I always stick to something that I like to call the band formula. In a band you have, for example, the kick. It has the lowest part, the kick drum, and the highest part, the hi-hats. It's kind of the frame for a song, and everything else is in between. The drums give you the groove and the tempo of the track. Next up is the bass. It's actually, musically speaking, from the melodies usually very boring, but the bass has all of this energy. And then you have usually a harmonic part where a guitar or a piano is playing chords to give you the key of the track and also lead all of the other melodic elements. The lead guitar and the lead vocals, they give you the main melody, the hook, the thing that gets stuck in your head. And that's pretty much all the space that you have in a mix. That the band always sounds really balanced and well mixed is due to music evolution. Basically, the instruments were formed so that they fit more into their niche over time. And you have to keep in mind all of this when you're doing music production. In a computer you have a lot more freedom and you have to restrict yourself to this band formula. Kind of. I'm just using this band as an example for instruments in the mix. Everyone has its own place, its own function, and if you keep that in mind, you can just replace one of them for your kind of music. For example, instead of having a lead singer, you could just use a lead synthesizer. Instead of having a piano and chords playing, you can use pads or ravey synthesizer, whatever you like. If you follow these rules, mixing the track at the end will be a lot easier. A lot of producers have too many elements in a track. If you have a sub bass, a high bass, a mid bass, a piano, strings, on top of that maybe a synthesizer, a lead synthesizer, a second lead synthesizer, it's getting too much. It's impossible to mix. No one can mix this kind of stuff. So keep it simple. I will play you a couple of examples to explain a bit more what I was talking about, and that's all done pre-mixing. This plugin is Span, my favorite analyzer. It goes from 20 Hz to 20,000 Hz. And now let me just play you the drums. The kick is the lowest part, the hi-hat's the highest, and in between is a lot of space for the other elements. Let's add, for example, the chords. In this case, I've used a pad. They fill out a lot in the middle. Next up, the bass. It plays here. Without it again. You see here is a gap, and with it, it's filled out. Here is a lot of space left. In this case, I have the sample of the original that I'm making the edit of, with the vocals that pop out here. And the last little gap here is filled out with the guitar that I've put quite a bit in the background because right now vocals are playing. Without any mixing, the track already sounds pretty balanced. Now I will start with the mixing using EQ, compression, delay, reverb, stereo image processing and a whole lot more to get the last 10% out of the track. But as I said, most of the mixing is really done before the mixing by choosing the right elements. And maybe in a future video I will show you more of the more detailed stuff that I'm doing to the track. Okay, I'm all done with the mix. I've listened to it a couple of times. Everything sounds perfect. Everything sits where it has to be. Now I was thinking about going back home and do this fun activity but it's, I think, 30 something degrees outside. It's, yeah, 34. That's way too warm, so I will just stay here a bit longer and figure out something to do. Done with the snaps. I've placed them in the second break and the shaker on top of the main part right after it. And now it's really time to call it a day. My computer is striking and my sound card as well. Just listen to the sound that my computer is making. It's a little bit better now, but I guess it's still 30 degrees. It's Sperrmüll time. I don't know what Sperrmüll is in English, but it's basically people putting their trash outside and it's getting picked up the next day. It's a German thing, I guess. At the beginning of this video I told you that there will be fun activities after work, but we just cancelled them. I called Vanessa. It's too warm and tonight it will get very stormy. Na, wieder fleißig am Jagen und danke für den Tipp. I've checked the track way too many times on headphones. Now we're late, we're invited for dinner, but I got the perfect present. What's your Pokemon level?
8.
8 minus 7. What is yours? Spare ribs. Look at that smile. That's Vanessa's spare rib smile. And of course some Haribo. We're not even out of the store and the Haribo's gone. Come on, we're late. Come on, it's not funny anymore. Vanessa's egg is ready. Vanessa.
Aber ich glaube schon nicht hier umsonst.
We are 30 minutes late. 10 of them are my fault. The rest, Vanessa and her Pokemon addiction.
Sorry, wir waren noch einkaufen. Das kannst du mal noch beibringen.
Yes, and we were grocery shopping for 10 minutes.
And at least we are 5 Pokemon richer.
Yes. That's the most important thing. More Pokemon. Beer. Beer. No problem. Ciao, ciao. The barbecue was really great. It was good to hang out with my friends. Haven't seen them in a long time. Now it's 3 something. I've been listening to the track on headphones a million times. I found a couple of little mistakes. They're now all gone. The track is ready. The only thing left to do is mastering.